Today we will be playing Super Mario RPG. We'll most likely get to either Croco or the first star, whichever one happens. And if you guys want to comment down below or subscribe, if you guys subscribe, then you want to see more more content of this game. You guys comment down below. I could just beat the entire game in one video, just beat the rest of the game. But only time will tell. I'll probably just get every single star inside of separate videos. But I don't know if I'll just do a boss fight. But I don't know if this is copyrighted. Like, I have not checked at all. I just hope it's not. Mario the best. I really like the charm of this game. I wish that when I first heard that this game was making a remake, I just had just seen small clips of it from the internet. I didn't know anything. Didn't know anything at all. Except for hearing about Geno, the frying pan, and I guess the peach grabbing flowers. That's all I had ever seen of this game. Till I got it. Probably my favorite Mario game. My favorite spin-off Mario game. Well, this is also my favorite Mario game. I don't have that much experience. I've only played 2 spin-offs. My second favorite is the Donkey Kong DLC to Super Mario Kingdom Battle. That was actually pretty fun. If you guys want to see me do that, I probably have to re-download it because I had it, but I lost the cartridge. But if I re-download it, then I'll know that all my save data is saved. But I'll probably just delete it and then save it the content. Yeah, this game is very difficult. If you guys want me to stream this, I'll have to get to 20 subs. Once I do that, if you guys want me to do weekly streams of games, like if you guys want to see me just only stream a specific game, I don't know how to save a stream, like take the stream and put it back. Like as a not thing. A tip: don't attack Bowser at all. Let him do it. Let him take care of himself. What does it look like? I've been missing action commands. Now, Bowser, you're an idiot. You're jumping on it. Don't jump on it. I think this is really funny how he says like a chain reaction. You guys hear any noises in the background? It's not my fault. And okay. You might be hearing things. I don't know, it's pretty noisy. There's a vacuum cleaner. And then me having some Dr. Pepper with us. Also, pro tip: put heavy cream inside of soda. If you go to the store, there's like a container, it'll say heavy cream on it. Put that new soda, that actually makes it 10 times better. Also, put lime in your drink. Lime and lemon in your drink. You squirt it. It's amazing. Now, this I think is a really cool idea, but the thing that they missed out on in the remake is I have been much more interesting. Like, the sword just comes from hell. Like, what? It just sort of appears out of the sky, explodes a hole in the castle. I think it would have been more interesting is when you go back to the castle, it's like changed everything. It's turned to like sheet metal and is a factory. Not inside the sword is a factory. Also, I think it would be more interesting if you would sort of seen like bits, like you'd just seen a bunch of enemies fall out. I think they should have explained it better on why the enemies are there. Because it's sort of just there. The enemies sort of just sprout everywhere. I think it would have been more interesting if for the certain areas all of them were like had something to do with the stars or something. Alright, so this is a chest. When you hit a certain amount of an item, which I probably will hit if I'm unlocking Gino. You guys want? I might. No, I'll just do the first star. Or Croco. Also, I'm gonna do this, so if you guys want to see me continue from here and just beat the entire game, I can totally do that from there. But I'll probably just play it from somewhere else. Oh. Yes, tell me, jump on that, right? I literally just did that, Toad. I do not care about your opinions. Toad, you are literally the worst looking Toad in the entire game. Something that I think is really interesting is like the pipe detail around. But I think it would have been more interesting if they had had like outlines of every single bar so you know how many characters in this game. But I think it would have been more interesting if instead of giving us Peach and Bowser, they show up, they help you for like a battle, they're like an assist character that you get to use. Like you got the Bowser shell from Bowser, and you actually just fight him the multiple times that you see him. Instead, no. Instead of that, you sort of just add them to your party, but I think it would be more interesting if you got some more variety of a character. Because Mallow is a very powerful magic person. Why couldn't you just add, like, maybe Birdo could have joined the team and been the healer? Like, more variety of people to help you. Maybe, like, you could have had maybe you could have found a mushroom citizen in the Mushroom Kingdom. They could have been your first ally. Or Mallow could have lived inside of the Mushroom Kingdom, and he was looking for Mario. And Mallow could have been like a Toad itself. And then he could have sort of he sort of could have been, I'm not sure, and could have been like the Toad, like, there's like, what's his name? There's like a Toad inside of Sunshine that's staying Peach, he's very old, something like that. Like that guy's grandson that can use magic and teaches Mario about flower coins and explains it to him. I feel like it's interesting how he says when you feel tired. Maybe Mario doesn't have. Okay, I meant to press yes, but I guess you guys could also do. I hate you. Because I despise you. Everything is just A. This is A the video game. You just press A for everything. I end up, sometimes when I end up playing this game, I'll be spamming A because I'm in the middle of a battle. And then when I win, I'm in the middle of a story talking. And then it's like so weird because like I'll just end up in another battle because I'll forget to move. I'll just end up pressing A. Oh, okay, so I can. Ooh! Don't forget it's there, okay. I like to run in some battles because I'm playing this in normal difficulty. I will most likely not change it at all, but I'll probably just get a level up per area. Like I'll try and get Mario up to level 2 before I leave Mushroom away. Also, a trick that I learned. All special enemies give you frog coins, and if you don't know what frog coins are, they're special coins that can give you more powerful items from certain characters. The first area is Tadpole Pond. Now, if you guys want me to play a separate run where I try and get everything for all of these, like I try, it's impossible for you. Wait, no, it's not. Chandelier is also just a really long wait. If you guys want to see me beat the entire, if you guys want me to do a separate run, like I beat the entirety of Mario RPG and I got every single character's file. Because there are only certain parts. If you guys want to comment down below, if you guys want to comment down below and see me do that, then I totally will. Because I'll probably just get Mario and then beat up Croco and then the video won't. No, I'll get the first star. The first star is very weird to get. You guys want to hear some spoilers? No. If you guys want. Okay. So what I was talking about earlier, all special enemies give you frog coins. Now if you go back, I've done this. If you go back and beat up special enemies with like one punch, when you've gotten like halfway through, if you go back to like Criminality or whatever it was, and you beat up people here, all the special enemies here will also give you frog coins. So you can just farm frog coins by going backwards through things until the fights get so easy that you're One Punch Man. You're weak at, you don't even need to use special moves. The thing that I think was really done with the gauge is before, so when you only had like 2 party members, I think it would have been more interesting if Malo also got like a special one. Special one if he would have pressed minus to do it. I think Malo's would have been like Thunderstorm, or so inside of a triple attack, You have multiple different forms later once you get your fourth party member. You end up with 5. I think it would have been better if they had been 6, and then the 6th one, like Luigi, or like like an actual, or like a paratrooper. So then you could have like a flying guy, and he would be able to like hover above enemy attacks. That would actually really cool something. This is you're able to have forms, and Malos he's able to throw. I'm probably just gonna do pure attack on Mario and then pure magic on Malo. So what I was saying, he fired ice and electricity at his hands. I think it would be more interesting if he just did that, but not inside of like a clown car and all that stuff. And he had just thrown with his arms and just launched it out at enemies, creating like an area around. That's what I would have done. And I think it would have been more interesting. So Mario gets this ability, Fireball, and he hits level 3. Now he's level 2 right now. If we look at his specials, at level 3 he gets Fireball, at level 6 he gets Super Jump, at level 10 he gets Super Fireball, then he gets Ultimate Jump, and then he gets Ultimate Fireball. Now, the things that I hate is it just sort of goes up and up and up. I think it would have been more interesting if at level 6 he learned. I know that Sunshine didn't come out at this time, but they could have just. I think it would be more interesting if when they updated the game, they gave Mario some more abilities. Gave him like drill jump, where like he jumps, like when he jumps, he like spin. Like instead of jumping multiple times, he like spins around enemies. You have to press A at certain times to do that. Or like or like hammer time, where he just goes boom, 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 boom. And he turns into paper. You just go boom, 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 boom on people's heads. Now, if you guys want me to make a separate video, just like what I think they could have changed with Super Mario RPG and why they could probably make a sequel, because I think they could make a sequel because they just did a revamp. Maybe in like 2 years they make a sequel. So what they could do is they're making a bunch of sequels to their really good titles right now. So what I think they could do is take all those sequels, take what people like about them, A, stitch it into one game, or B, just make like Luigi's Mansion 4. They take the good stuff from the other games, and they take what people hated about them, because YouTube has now been able to give many people public opinions on what they hate and what they like. So Nintendo just sort of makes a couple of surveys, takes a bunch of big YouTubers, makes them say that, tells them to stream streams them answering the poll, and then Nintendo can get a bunch of new ideas. Like Luigi's Mansion 4. Instead of, maybe Luigi could be like a cleaning service to other mansions, where it's like a 1 minute, so he just stays for 1 day cleaning the entire mansion. So your goal is to, during nights, you have to clean up the mansion, so to say. Or like he could become a Ghostbuster and try and take all the ghosts. But then in every single mansion, you have like a mini boss level with like a bunch of boos. But then you slowly learn King Boo's plan is to get rid of Luigi, and then after he gets rid of Luigi, after he gets rid of Luigi permanently, after he gets rid of Luigi, he'll be able to take over the entire world, and Luigi's the only one stopping him. But then we learn that Egad has actually been a ghost the whole time. and has been able to, and this whole time he's just been a ghost. They figured out how to make him half person, half ghost. So, and then King Boo wants to do that with himself and his whole army to take over the entire world and turn everybody and make everybody stuck inside of picture frames, and that he can take over the entire world. So this, and in this game, it can maybe take some RPG elements inside of it. Like, they're, like, the half ghost, half people things, you could try and, like, defeat them, and you and Egad could work together, and maybe Mario could also help. Like, Mario realized, like, Luigi's able to tell Mario around, like, the last two mansions, and they're like, hey, please help me? And then Mario straps on FLUDD to help. They could also make Sunshine, too. They could, now, a sequel for this game. Sequel's very much possible. Now, my story for the sequel would probably be this exactly. Geno comes back to warn. Geno, like, very slowly warns Mario that Smithy's coming back, and his plan is to work with Cackletta, and he's already taken over the Bean Bean Kingdom. And his plan is to, now that he's taken over the Bean Bean Kingdom and its entire army, and his plan is to take over the Mushroom Kingdom by taking over Bowser's Castle. And now and the sword is inside of the Bean Bean Kingdom. So, an axe drops on top of Bowser's Castle, like a warhammer. And Mario has to round up the old gang, but, like, Bowser gets captured, and so then he has to find new villains for those, and maybe Luigi, after finishing up on his own mansion game, joins Mario, and part of the DLCs could be, like, more characters for you to help. Like, I don't know, Toadette, or Toad himself, to help. Because, like, I understand that Peach and Bowser would be really good. Maybe they could also combine, so they take Mario, their entire series, the Mario Bros. RPGs. They take the other RPGs, the Battle RPGs, the Kingdom Battle RPGs, and then they mix this one together, making it the core, sort of attaching it all together to make Super Mario RPG 2, The Attack of the Rabbids. So how the Rabbids would mix in is a portal would open after the RPG remake has happened inside of their world. The Rabbids have figured out a way to get back to their world and have left Mario. And after leaving Mario, they accidentally get stuck inside of the RPG world. And when they get stuck inside the RPG world, Spawny has figured out how to remove the helmet, and the helmet was put on top of like Rabbid Peach or something. Yeah. Spawny still has it, but the problem is Spawny can't control it. So, but Spawny falls into the Bean Bean Kingdom after being taken over, so Smithy has control over Spawn. And after Spawny after Spawny is able to help them make a stronger army mixed with like metal and organic, they would work together trying to make, but they try to remove Spawny's helmet, which does happen, and they put it on top of Cackletta. But when the helmet is removed, Spawny is able to control the blasts. So Spawny runs to Mario after like combining like a chair and some fire to make like a weird rocket chair that he sits on. Spawny finds Mario and tells him, "Hey, buddy, yeah, you need to round up the old gang." But also, Spawny tells him that Peach and Bowser have been captured and are both and have already been used on the Spawny Bean. And after that, Beepo shows up. And when Beepo shows up, he tells him the people that he can round up. Yes, Chris Close. This okay. I'm almost finished. I like how Mario just gets brand new shirts. But he never gets any overalls or shoes. He got a pin that gives him more powerful shoes. So I think it's one of the most powerful items in the game. What it lets you do is it lets you jump on any enemy, no matter if they have spikes or not. I guess they sort of just give you iron shoes. But after all of that, Mario is able to round up Luigi, Rabbid Peach, Edge / Rabbid Bowser, and is slowly throughout the kingdom finding those people. But when he also learns that the Star Road is completely intact, and but Geno comes back to help because he knows that Smithy has a plan to take the Star Road and steal it for himself to make all the wishes to make his army more powerful by using the Star Road as a power source to help his army become more powerful. So Geno is ready to help. So Geno hops on. But Mario is trying to get to Nimbus Land to get who's on screen, Mallow's help. So then those three, but actually the last party member is going to be Mallow because of how far away Nimbus Land is. Nimbus Land is a long time away from here. Now, what I was saying, so Mario's able to round up those 4 people, but like slowly, it's not all of them at the same time. But Gino's actually going to be the first party member. So Gino gets to be there the longest. But something else that would be part of this system is that Mario doesn't have to be in the team the whole time. You can take Mario out of the thing, out of the team, but when you do that, the whole time Mario isn't doing anything. Mario sort of just is in the background of the fight. Anyway, so when you take Mario out of a fight, he's able to help like people who aren't that people who are scared. Like if there were to be like a Goomba. So my idea is that all the party members, like you'll end up with 10 total party members, and you'll be able to have 3 in a fight at a time. No, wait, you'll be able to get 6 party members. No, 10. So the idea is that after that, so you'll have 6. I've said that multiple times. No, 10. You'll have 10 party members. And so the idea with that is that you'll be able to have 3 inside of a battle at a time. But say you keep people out of the team for a certain amount of time. So say you like get a mushroom citizen. When they aren't in your team for like more than 10 battles, they leave your team and you have to go all the way back and recruit them again. Wait, no. They stay inside. My idea is that Mario's going to get 10 party members. Most of them being okay. Mario will be able to get 10 party members. Now, my idea is that there are 20 possible party members, but he can only have 10 inside of his party, like, loadout. Like, if you look here, you're only able to have, say we're only allowed to have 10 party members inside of this at a time. So you only have 10 party members in your loadout at a time. When you run out party members, of them, so like when you have too much space, then you can always go back and recruit them. So say you're fighting, you have Malo dies. When Malo dies, one of the other party members, so you have 20 possible ones, but there's only 10 in your loadout at a time. So when Malo dies, he's sent out of the loadout, and another party member is put in the loadout. So essentially, you have rotations now. So you have 10 inside your loadout. When a character dies, they leave your loadout. And when they leave your loadout, it when you exit the battle, they're out of your loadout, so you have to go back. So there will be like these. So you have to go back to a save spot, and if you like punch it, so Mario will be able to have his hammer from like his Paper Mario games, like what he just did. You'll have to hammer it to recreate your team. So you have to recreate your loadout of 10 people. So the idea is you want to keep as many people alive at a time. So if everybody except for Mario is dead, and there's no save block, then Mario has to fight all by himself, and pick-me-ups do not do anything. So the save block will be in enough succession that you can't run out of all your party members. You'll at least have one at a time, unless you like die. And so let me continue on the story. So after Beepo comes in, Beepo will not be able to fight, but he'll be like Toad. He'll be able to sit in the background of every single fight, and he'll be like your stats. So like everything, so he'll be all your stats. and he'll have like a universal translator, so then rabbits can talk. But all the enemies will be a mix between weaponry, rabbits, or like say I'm fighting a frogog. It's a mix between a frogog and a rabbit. Like that frogog will be much whiter. It won't have any clothing, and it'll have big old ears. But do you see how Mallow respawned? The only way for that to happen is if you're leveling up. If that specific character is getting a level up. So say you're fighting, Mallow is getting a level up, but he's already dead. He's put back into your loadout. So that's another easy way of putting a character back in your loadout. So, the idea is, so let me continue the story. So after Mario is able to recruit a bunch of people, so the idea of the recruiting process is you have to get the character to do that. Now there are two separate ways to recruit. A, you can battle them. Battling will be much easier for getting 100% for 100% of the game. But if you choose to negotiate, then you'll have to give them a certain amount of coins. But it's just better to battle. So if you battle the character and the guy that you're battling against loses, then he joins your party. If he wins, then he doesn't join your group. But that doesn't work for all the characters. Only certain characters choose to do that. Like with Mallow and Geno. No, not at all. No battle. But with like Rabbid Peach, because she's super sassy, like Edge, yeah, you have to battle. If you want to unlock them, then you have to battle. Which I think would put a much better spin on the game instead of they join your party. And my idea is you have to beat up like a boss fight to help them. And that boss will be a rabbit mix between. So every single time that you beat up an enemy, the rabbit is removed from them. And then the rabbit is removed. Say it's just like a rabbit mixed with an axe. You can pick up the axe and sell it or use it on one of your characters. But if you choose to not pick it up, then after a certain amount of time you can come back there and that rabbit will have fused with the axe again. And it won't just be them holding it. No. There'll be one. Thought Peak is actually really OP because you can literally just check any enemy's stats and health. Okay, I'll not get all of them. But, oh yeah. So, after Mario is able to get a small, like a 3-man group, he's already, so instead of collecting star pieces, your goal is to collect all the party members and then to head to Bowser's castle. Why Bowser's, you might be asking. Now so after you've unlocked like 3 characters, Bowser's castle gets hit with the hammer. Like a hammer. And when it gets hit with a hammer, it slowly turns into a factory. And that factory is able to build so that factory is the thing that combines them, because they learned how to make the spawny eyeglasses. They learned how to put it into a machine. So that's the factory. But then Cacoletta, so the Bean Kingdom's castle. That castle, the person that's there is the person that's there is none. That's not a base. Like, that's their base. That's how they're taking it over. That factory is just building people. Like, there are other factories, like a factory to manufacture the vehicles that they'll be. Or, yes, I did say vehicles. There will be no vehicle system for you as a player. Like, there will be a small amount of a vehicle system, but instead of a vehicle system for the character, instead of the character getting vehicles, no, the character just can't do that. Like, yes, okay, so there's a small amount of a vehicle system. Like a land, an air, and a boating vehicle. But what I mean is, like, here there's an airship. There are multiple airships that they go to. That the Smithy gang has. That's where that's where they've been. And so, after them destroying the factory where all of the enemies are being spawned, you have to have a small boss fight with a not rat. They figured out how to do a small triple fusion between Bowser, a Rabbid, and Smithy Gang guy. Which is mostly why the Rabbids are acting evils, because they've been mixed with Smithy Gang thing. Everything is mixed with Smithy Gang. Now, all bosses will be triple fusions. But the first one that... So, like, there'll be bosses before, but most of them will be, like, Croco here. He's... Like, they'll just be it'll be, like... So, half the world... Okay, so after you take out the factory, after that, after you take out that factory, after you take out Bowser's factory, after you beat up Bowser, you have the option to A, add Bowser to your party, or B, do a mini game where you help Bowser fix up his castle. Because it's been mostly turned into a factory. So you either get to unlock him, or you take one of, or you get an option between 3 minions. A, a Goomba, B, a Magikoopa, or C, a Paratroopa. Now, if you get the Paratroopa, then you'll have the ability to. Then he'll have the stuff that he has inside of this game. So, like, you take the Paratroopa, very bad decision. That's all I'm gonna say. Ooh, what's that? Is that rock candy? No, Stardust. What does that do? Well, it just damages me. Oh, I thought I was gonna move that over. I think I would, and, so after you've done all that, so if you pick Bowser, then you just get Bowser from this game. But if you pick one of the other guys, then you get every single one of those there's a right question there. The right question is Magikoopa, because at that point in the game, you do not have the closest to magic abilities that you have is Rabbid Peach. Also, there will be no Rabbid Luigi in this game because there's already an actual Luigi. Yeah, I said it. But Luigi will also, Luigi will be him from his non-Luigi's Mansions appearances. So, like, all of his magic ability, all of his FP abilities will be based off of his, like, other stuff. Like, he will have his own fireball attack, but the thing that makes his different is that his fireballs, his fireballs, are able to launch a lot further, and they also have lingering effects, like poison or something. But after you pick one of Bowser's guys, you start on your way to the Bean Kingdom, and there you get to the very far outskirts of the Bean Kingdom. And when you get to the Bean Kingdom, it's sort of like, now I'm just gonna be doing Crocker. Now, if you guys want me to make a whole entire video about essentially what I've just told you and draw some points about it, comment down below. But for now, goodbye.